We have a cold front blowing in. It's gonna be -20, so this is how we prepare the horses. Throw them their round bale out and feed them some loose hay. Tossing the net on the round bale, feeding them some loose hay, brought some straw down for their shelter. And then they had rain sheets on because it was wet. I'm gonna pull the blankets off of the really well-coated ones that don't tend to get cold and let their coats handle it. So she's tossing them loose alfalfa. Their net was literally frozen closed. Had to unnet it. Look at how nice the Mustang's coats are. Now we're gonna toss this on, move their hay hut, and yeah. Hay hut on. Banksy's naked because he's chunky and has a big coat. And Pogo's gonna get wintered. Hot food. Our water heater is not working because the power is out. So we had to break the ice. It's only -6 right now, but it's definitely colder with the wind chill, and it's supposed to get down to like -20 tomorrow. Horses' natural thermo-regulation capacity is really, really good. They're super good at retaining heat because they have a lot of big muscle structures. So the main thing is just to keep them fed. They need lots of access to hay because their gut also helps warm them. So they need to be taking in hay constantly, which is why I give them more loose hay when it's cold. And then they also need wind breaks, so they have their shelters for that. Generally speaking, they'd rather be out in the open or just like against something that breaks the wind, so they'll go behind their shelters sometimes rather than in them. And then water, and unfortunately our water heaters right now can't work because the power is out because of the wind. But hopefully that'll be back on by tomorrow, so when it gets super cold we'll have their water heaters working. But other than that, right now we just have to break the ice. The nice thing about my Mustangs is that they 100% know how to break ice to get water, so they'll break it for the rest of my horses if my other ones won't. The reason why I took the rain sheets off of the ones that were just in a rain sheet to stay dry and clean is because their coats will function better without the rain sheet on. The rain sheet's just to keep them dry, it wasn't to keep them warm. And then in the other field you can see exactly where they've been breaking the ice, just right there. I just broke more of it. Straw bedding in their shelter, which is a good windbreak. Lilacs. They still have some of their round left. They're gonna get a new one tomorrow. This is a slow feeder I made. It has a hinge latch. Close it, bada bing, bada boom. And then I just clipped the lid down by clipping these little guys, which I can't do one-handed, so I'm gonna turn off the camera. Yes. Banksy is like so fuzzy. Fluffy. All of them. Everyone's getting some oats for extra heat. Loose alfalfa, which the wind is blowing everywhere. Still have lots of hay in here. I put alfalfa on top. Bella's getting her alfalfa. She's getting oats. Power's back on, and I found their water heater, but we had to take a sledgehammer to the ice to get it in. It's slowly melting everything, so it'll be drinkable really fast. More oats. Her hair is erect and standing up. Same. He's so fuzzy. I need to put gloves on. Look at all his hair is standing up. I need to put gloves on. My fingers are so freaking cold. Milo, you're so fuzzy. Look at all those little hairs sticking up. And then they're loose hay. And they have their round bale. And then they have more nets down at the other end. Straw. Then I have a bag of Simply straw we can drop in, and that's good. Okay, looking nice and cozy. It was one 60-pound compressed bale of straw, one regular bale, and then a bag of Simply straw. Then we give them some loose hay. They still have their hay in here. And I also give them loose alfalfa, but they're eating up there. There's just something about winter sunsets. If it wasn't for the wind chill, it honestly wouldn't be that terrible. I have my heated jacket on though, so we're gonna turn her on hotter. So that helps. And layers, lots of layers, but the wind is what makes it the worst. Yeah, they hate it. That's why it would have almost been nice. Okay. I love the mountains. This is why I don't want to ever leave BC. This is why I'm going to build a Ford property somewhere in BC by the mountains, or I'm going to die trying. So today is a balmy 1 degree Celsius, which is honestly like a vacation in Florida compared to like the -20 of the last couple of days, plus the wind chill. So today's crafts day. I got this water tote because the pipes are frozen. And I have to put on a hose adapter, so I've already gotten started. Shout out to the guys at Dawson Brill, like the tool store, because they helped me get all this stuff. And now I'm just figuring out how to put it all together. If you're cold, they're cold. Bring them inside. So the hose got to sleep inside today. So we can't fill this anywhere near all the way. Otherwise, I won't be able to ever get it out of my truck again, and it'll be too much water because this is 1,000 liters. The moment of truth is going to be when I connect my hose to this when we're at the horse's water and turn it on. If all the fixings that I put on fly off, then I did them wrong. So now we just wait, right, Phoebe? Phoebe, you're supposed to look at the camera. We're vlogging. There you go, finally. That was really passive-aggressive, though, the way you looked. Wasn't very nice. I'm wearing 4 layers on top and 2 pairs of pants, including a pair of winter breeches, and I'm too warm now. This is like Florida. Like spatially, I have no idea how much to fill this to get their troughs full, and I'm worried that if I fill it too full, I'm gonna create an ice rink when I inevitably have to let all the water come out, but let's see what happens. So it's an absolutely sweltering 0 degrees Celsius. We're heading down to the horses for the moment of truth to see if I did this water thing correctly, or if I'm gonna fail miserably and have everything that I put on there fly off and then water spew everywhere. So these guys' water is actually okay, so we're just gonna do a quick load up. Everybody's way down there. Banksy's looking like a whale. The hose attached. So nervous. Here we go. Here goes nothing. Oh my God, it's leaking. Oh God, I didn't do something correctly. Oh boy. So it is coming out of the hose, but it's definitely fucking leaking. So clearly I need to tighten that thing way more. So 1 second. Honestly, that's not as bad as it could have been. It could have like all come bursting off. So we'll take the little wins. Okay, we've tightened it again. Still leaking, but less badly. I tightened it more and it's still leaking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to tape around it, but it is leaking less badly, so that's good. So it's going super fastly and we still have a leak. I tried taping it, didn't really work. So it's coming out so slowly that we're just gonna drive down to the water that needs to be filled the most and leave my truck there while I start on the hay feeders, because that one's full enough and I don't have the patience. And we're gonna try to duct tape the seal now and see how that works. Kind of where I'm at right now is it could be better, but it also could be worse. So it's a blankets off kind of day. Yes, you get to be naked. This is how you load something on the road. So here in the BC Lower Mainland where I live, we don't really properly winterize our pipes because it's usually quite mild here. It's like the most mild part of Canada. And anyways, what that means is that the pipes tend to freeze. So I usually have to cart water down to my horses when it gets below freezing because you have to turn off all the water, otherwise the pipes will burst. So the only functioning faucets we have are down here by the house in the barn. This winter's a little easier. I don't have to do as many trips because I just bought a big water tote that can fit like 1,000 liters of water, which is more than enough for what I need. But basically what I have to do is fill this tote and then take it down to my horses so that they have water. So I filled it like a third full. So now we head down with the water to give the ponies their water. I'm just gonna bring down my horses some extra hay. So I have teff grass hay here. This is the last of the Timothy, and then this is all alfalfa. So I'm bringing 3 teff, 1 Timothy, 1 alfalfa. We're supposed to be getting 18 centimeters of snow, which is like over 6 inches. Sorry, I don't know my imperial system. But it's probably like 6.5 inches, maybe 7 inches. Yeah, we'll see if that actually happens. It's supposed to be coming tonight. My truck is really good in the snow, so I'm never really worried about getting around because we got like almost a foot of snow last year and I could just cruise right through it. So that was pretty awesome. But I like to be prepared, so I'm gonna give them some extra hay. They do still have their round bales. The smaller bales that I have are just a little bit higher quality hay and they tend to like it better. So I'm just gonna fill more nets and then like add some nets to like their fields, and then we're gonna fill all the waters up and then they'll be nice and ready for the snow. It's like way more mild today. It's like 0 or 1 degree, so it's like sweater weather. Anyways, they've drank it down quite a bit. Normally I would dump it because of the particles in it, but I'm not going to because if I dump it, it's just going to create an ice slick, and I would rather them have hay at the bottom of their water than be slipping on ice to get to it. It was leaking yesterday, and I thought that I put the thing on wrong, but it's like basically not at all leaking today, so I wonder if there's just ice that was clogging. Oh, no, I take it back. It's leaking again. I've done some limited edition designs in my merch store that I'm pretty excited about. This one's my favorite. So they're only available until February 15th, and then I'm only gonna keep whichever design's the most popular. But there's some cool ones, and there's also some funny ones that are like clicker training snowflake, and just some other jokety joke ones like that, and then some more nature-ish skull ones like this. So you can check that out in my Teespring merch store, and then whichever one is the top seller will be the one that we keep in stock long term. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to it snowing because the mud, when it freezes, is like quite sharp on their feet. They don't like it. So the snow will provide a soft cover that'll make this less crappy. Like, it's not as hard as it was on the -20 days, but it's still not fun. So normally my horses are grain free, but when it's cold I give them a bit of oats sometimes just because they help with more body heat. And then of course they also get free choice hay. So me and Phoebes are gonna just walk down to the end where all the horses are and check Harlow's water and check on everybody while this fills, because it's still got a ways to go. And then we'll drive everything down and fill Harlow's water too. So some people in my last vlog weren't aware what was going on with Phoebe, so I'll just talk a little bit about it. Phoebe got TPLO surgery on her right hind leg because she tore her cruciate ligament, which is kind of like the doggy version of ACL. So she's been recovering from that. She now has a bionic leg. She has a metal plate in it. And she probably needs the left one done too at some point, but it's like a $5,000 surgery. And she's getting around pretty well right now, so I'm not rushing to do that one just because I need to be able to afford to live. So she's just gonna vibe for a little bit. She's walking much better. Her sound leg is actually the right leg now, but overall she's walking better and she's building more muscle on her hind legs because she had a lot of atrophy before. And she's also on Jenny Craig weight loss. Right, Phoebe? Yeah, so fall/winter 2024 kind of just like drop kicked me because my truck transmission broke, and that was a $6,000 fix. And like a month and a half later, it was just like, oh, yay, my dog tore her ligament, and then she tore the other one, like the left one, like 2 days after. So she couldn't stand or walk. Like, I'll do a video on it after so people can see how bad it was. So that's why I was like rushing to get her into surgery ASAP for her right hind, or whichever one they determined was worse, just so at least she could get around better. But yeah, hopefully 2024 is a little bit less mean to me. Pretty hard to save for the dream farm when life gives you like $10,000 worth of bills in like a month and a half. Fuzzy girl. Hi. She's like, I'm afraid of the fence. In the wintertime, the mountains are just like fabulous because it's so clear. It's just so beautiful. So I've been working on making these slow feeders. This is going to be a barrel one, and essentially I'm going to just like fasten down this netting to the front, and then I have a little topper that closes that also has netting on it, and then I'm going to attach it to their shelter. So while I wait for the water up there to load, I'm just going to keep building the rest of this slow feeder so I can hopefully put it up today and fill it, because I'm allergic to hay and I really hate filling nets. So initially I was using bolts and these wire clamps, but they were kind of a pain in the butt and I need to use a lot of them, so I'm going to save them for different feeders where I need them to be a little bit stronger. So I'm going to use zap straps like this to attach the rest of it, and then maybe one bolt right here in the center. So I'm just drilling holes right now. Feeding all the fuzzy creatures. We're supposed to get snow tonight and it's supposed to turn to freezing rain, so I am gonna blanket them, other than the Mustang. Wow, the Golden Ears Mountains. Don't know what these ones are called, but also beautiful. So shockingly, I underestimated the amount of water that I need, probably because it leaks because I didn't do it properly. But we're going back for more. The good news is I finished my hay feeder. I just need to put it up, which is going to be the hard part. Also, check out my awesome truck decal. I've shown this before, but I'm going to show it again. Banksy, Milo, and George. So we're going to be running low on daylight soon, so I'm going to try to just get a few more things finished. The main thing that I want to do is just get this hay feeder up and then fill it. And then my hope is that I could get some piping put into some hay nets to make like those loop nets. So I'm also going to try to do that just to make like a couple so that I can fill them really quickly tonight, and not have it be a hassle, because I am really allergic to hay. Didn't used to be. It's an overexposure allergy. So, and then while the water fills, I'm also going to patch that massive hole in that slow feed net so that I can use that net. Look at this beautiful fuzzy girl. She's like, I'm already checking out this new feeder. Wow, look at that view. So beautiful. So beautiful. Tomorrow this is all going to be snowy. Okay, everyone is snug in their blankets. Milo's mad at how close Juniper is to him. I'm tripping over shit. I'm only going to leave these on them if there's freezing rain tomorrow. If it ends up being clear or just snowing, then they can be naked. This little bird somehow got in to their hay net and now he's stuck. Good thing I found it, or it would have frozen to death today. But how did he get in there? Okay. Sir, stop panicking. I'm trying to help you. How the frick did you get in there? Get out. Get out. Oh no. Get out. Oh, he's almost out. Get out. Bro, you're right at the bottom. No, he climbed back in. Get out. There. Free. Jesus. I hope that bird wasn't stuck in the hay net for a while, because it was closed too tightly for him to fit in there. And I don't think there's any holes. And I have no idea how he got in there. Oh my God.